Welcome everyone to La Casa Azul. This is the garden of Frida Kahlo, where she lived for most of her life. She died here as well, and she spent a few years here with Diego Rivera. Inside the museum, I'm unable to film, and also there's very bad service in this section over here. So for any super urbanists out there, you'll be getting access to a bonus 360 video. But I want to take the chance to at least show you a little snippet here on live video of the garden, at least as much as we can see. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Let me know where we're watching from, and let me know what's your favorite Frida Kahlo painting. So here we see a photo of Frida y Diego. Diego Rivera was one of the most famous muralists in all world history. And Frida Kahlo, also from Mexico, one of the famous painters, one of the most recognizable faces in the entire world. And here is a quote that says, "El casamiento funcionó bien, poca cantidad de pelitos, mayor entretenimiento mutuo, entendimiento mutuo. Por fin ya supe, la vida es así. Y lo demás es pan pintado." The remarriage is working out well, fewer quarrels, greater mutual understanding. I finally realized that is such life. And the rest is just window dressing. So this shows a very interesting quirk about Frida and Diego's relationship. It was all a series of quirks, fights, disasters, betrayals, makeups, breakups, everything. They were one of the most tumultuous relationships you'll ever hear about in art history. And they actually got remarried. So the second time they got remarried, there was a condition. One condition was that A, they would no longer have sex. And the second condition, B, was that they would promise to be there for each other and be loyal, not be monogamous, because Frida understood that Diego really wanted more affection, but at the same time she understood that she could no longer give him the affection that he really needed, and that's why that was the first term in their remarriage. Here we see, "Cuídate mucho, tu pisito ha estado muy triste porque ha sabido que estás muy mal y en cama otra vez. Hace un esfuerzo de voluntad y mantén un régimen de alimentos que no hagan daño para que puedas hacer otras cosas como el último cuadro de ti con las figuras que me dicen que está maravillosa. Take care of your little foot. It makes me very sad that you are bedridden again and feeling so poorly. Make a conscientious effort to stick to a safe diet, that you can do all sorts of things, like that last painting with all the figurines that you tell me about. That is so marvelous." Hola, Ronald. Hello, Milo. Welcome. Hello, Smee. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Mater. Hello, Judith. Hello, Kay. Hello, Christine. Nice to see you here. How are you finding Mexico? I'm absolutely loving it. So sorry for Facebookers, I'm unable to go live. So Kay, if you could do me a big favor and you can share this to the Facebook group, maybe hopefully a few people can tune in. I'm having issues with my app that I use to multi-stream technology, and I can't quite troubleshoot without Wi-Fi connection. So sadly I can't go live on all platforms at the same time, but hopefully Facebookers can tune in. Smee says, "I love Frida Kahlo." Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate it. Everyone send hearts to Kay. She's so kind enough to help out with moderating and keeping the good vibes in the chat. Hey, Aya Vlogs, nice to see you here. Hey, Adri. Adam, we are in La Casa Azul, el Museo de Frida Kahlo. So that way is the museum. I couldn't take video inside the museum, but I was allowed to take copious amounts of photos. So I will be posting all those photos on Instagram and on Facebook. Stay tuned. Thank you, Rhonda, for sharing to Facebook. I appreciate it. To the Urbanists of the World Facebook group so they can know about it. I'm gonna take my sweet time here. I won't be able to show you too much because I can't go inside the museum. But let's take our sweet time. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the details. Let's enjoy the breeze through these trees. This is where Frida Kahlo grew up for most of her entire life. She was the daughter of a Mexican woman by the name of Matilda and a man by the name of Guillermo Kahlo, but Guillermo wasn't his actual name. That was the name he adopted when he immigrated to Mexico. When he immigrated from Central Europe, and Frida, contrary to right now where it's known as a popular Latin American name, and it's also becoming popular in America as well, was not Mexica, was not Nahuatl, was not Nahuatl, was not any language. It was not Spanish. It was not any language related to really Mexico in general. It was German. Now, her father, Guillermo, who was also a photographer, and let me show you here the house. He was an amazing photographer, and I'm going to show you photos that he took of the family on the Instagram and Facebook post a little bit later. But he was actually a strict Lutheran, and for some reason Frida Kahlo said to people that she was Jewish or half Jewish. I'm not sure why. Right here we have Frida's room, and right there in the distance, actually I'm going to see if I can zoom in. I have a photo of it, so I'm going to show it to you later. Behind this guy, hopefully this guy will go down at some point, but behind this guy over here with the phone, not watching his step, that is Frida Kahlo's deathbed, and right on top of it is a death mask. All right, stepping down, nice. Right there, we can kind of see the death mask peeking out right there. Do you know why the walls are blue? I don't know for sure. That is a good question, but I know that Frida had an affection for blue for most of her life. So much so, she actually moved to another house in San Angel, a nearby neighborhood, where it was a lot more modern, and she built it with Diego, hired a very famous architect at the time here in Mexico, and her half of the house, they built like two houses, it was like a duplex. Her half of the house was blue as well. So she ended up getting an affection for blue. But isn't blue a healing color? Well, if you want to talk about spirituality, blue is usually associated with the throat chakra. So usually associated with speaking, with communication. Usually, at least. Hey, Sharon, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Putting it on my list for travel re-entry. Oh, I'm so glad. Definitely do. That's so awesome. Huh? Thank you so much for a $5 super chat. So here's the gift store. I'll peek in over here. Maybe you meant she was sad because of her injury. No, Ali, so the blue predates her injury. As far as I know, it predates her injury. She got injured in her teenage years. This predates it. It was blue before, as far as I know. If anyone could clarify 100%. So I actually got myself a few souvenirs and souvenirs for a few other people. Glad the connection's good. Yeah, the connection is good. I'm actually surprised at this point. She really suffered a lot. She did indeed. She did indeed. Hey, Candy, nice to see you here. Welcome. BB says, show us what you bought. Well, some of it is a surprise, but I can show you two things I bought for myself. Let me take a seat soon. In a bit. She was beautiful. Yes, she was. I saw there was a few photos of her in her 20s. And yeah, she was rather beautiful. I think it's no coincidence that now unibrows and, well, not mustaches not yet, but unibrows are becoming popular again for women. So here it says, this is my favorite painting of hers, her with foliage in the back. And it says, your new portrait of Fu Lang is truly marvelous. Fu Lang is this little monkey over here. She loved wild animals. She had so many different wild animals. However, Fu Lang had a big affection for Diego. It worried Frida a little bit because Fu Lang would always be chasing Diego around all the time. And, maybe doing some naughty things to his leg. So let me keep on reading. It says, your genius as a painter lies in both the painting and your image. Decidedly, there is no other painter alive who can do what you do. You have made mincemeat of the entire painterly race. Oh, someone else left a super chat. Hey, Adri, thank you so much for the $4 super chat. Appreciate you. Right chair Lisa, how is Mexico? I love Mexico. It's amazing. I'm in love with this city. Here we got some Instagram photos. Instagram photo shoot being taken. Who wants a Fu Lang in their life? Let me know. Selma Hayek played her right. She did. Frida, the movie. If you want to learn more about Frida, the movie is very loyal to the actual history, and Selma Hayek plays her perfectly. It's amazing, and I love Alfred Molina's depiction of Diego Rivera. So here's Diego Rivera sleeping on what appears to be this stone. Is it hot? No, not hot at all. Pretty breezy. It's getting cool. So I'm going to read this in Spanish and in English. Ningunas palabras describen la inmensa ternura de Diego por las cosas que tienen belleza. Quiere a los niños, a todos los animales, con predilección a los perros, pelones mexicanos, y a los pájaros, a las plantas y a las piedras. No words can describe the great tender spot Diego had for all things of beauty. He loved children and all animals, being particularly fond of Mexican hairless dogs and birds, plants, and stones. Yeah, so Diego was quite a lover. He was quite a lover in all senses of the word. So Diego was quite a lover in every single sense of the word. He was probably one of the more famous womanizers of the entire city in its history. There's legends of Casanova and Don Juan. Yeah, Diego was like that. He was very good. So this is very fascinating. And I think Frida, the reason he fell in love ultimately with Frida, He fell in love a few times, but I think with Frida was so long lasting until her very death that he met her match. He met his match. Frida was as witty as no BS as he was, and she was as charming as he was. She was also a charmer as well. BB says, wouldn't call a womanizer a lover. Oh. So it depends on who you talk to. It depends on what lover or whatever that he had, whatever affair he had. It depends who you talk to. Some would say he's a lover. Some of the women would say he's a lover. Some of the women might say he's a womanizer. Some of the women might say something a lot worse. So yeah, it really does depend who you talk to. Rhonda says it's hard to hear you. I'm sorry. I can't speak too loud because I want to respect the peace. What other pets did they have? They had a bunch of pets, but I'm not sure what the other ones. Do let us know. They had birds. I know that. Have you heard of the book called Taxi about Goyokon? No, I have not. Susan, hello. Nice to see you here. All right, let me show you what I bought at the gift shop, and then we'll continue walking around. I'm not sure if there's that much to see. Let's cross fingers. Yeah, there's this sense here in when looking back at history with men who were very sexually adventurous, to really talk bad at them, to paint them as the villain. I don't know. I'm going to share my personal opinion, and this is my opinion. I know everyone is different. I don't know. I think that's just a very one-sided way of looking at it. To paint, a Diego like the villain, or Casanova like the villain. It's love, relationships, it's all complicated. And if ultimately the love was there with Frida and Diego somehow, in some way. So I collect tote bags, and I absolutely love this tote bag. This is a drawing of a heart that's inspired by Frida's drawings of hearts, because she featured hearts a lot in her paintings. And here's another one. So these are my two souvenirs. I love prints, and this is a unique print, 13 out of 150. And yeah, they do have her paintings, yeah. So those are the two things. The other two things are surprises. And I can't say the surprises because they watch my show. So I'll tell you a little bit about Frida's death. I'm so glad a lot of people agree with me, because there's this sense in today's culture, like kind of vilifying any type of aberration in terms of love, sex, and relationships nowadays. That's not, of course, a monogamous relationship between a man and a woman, man, woman, trans, etc. So Frida was on her bed one night, and they got remarried, and she asked them to come over. She asked Diego to come over. They weren't sleeping together at that point, so everything was he came to cuddle down with her in her bed, and she took out a little box, and it was a little present. And he opens it up, and he's surprised because this present, he doesn't know why he's receiving it. And he says to Frida, why are you giving me this? And she's like, for our anniversary. And he's like, but our anniversary is many weeks away from now. And she's like, yeah, I know. And they go fall asleep together. And the next day, Frida passes away. It's such a powerful way they depicted it on the film. That's why, I hear all this terrible things about Diego. That's such a sweet moment that's been recorded on both of their ends. That to me is very sweet. There was real love there. It wasn't just all bad. And that's how she passed away, right here, that window. Right here, right there. Oh my God. A cat, a very skinny cat. Oh my God, that cat needs to eat something. I hope he's okay. Mirna says, you're romantic. Indeed I am, indeed I am. Oh, don't, Wendy says, oh, don't, I'm crying, so sad. Yeah, I mean, watch the movie. They show it so well. That's a very skinny cat. I hope that cat gets some food. All right, let me see if I can get this way. Let's see how. Your shirt goes well with the wall color. It does indeed. Irene just found out you're not on Facebook. Yeah, Irene, I am. I was unable to multi-stream, so I decided to do it on YouTube because I've been doing a lot of Facebook exclusives. How's the bench? It is a nice, comfy stone bench. It is, I think, made of porous rocks because it feels fluffy for a stone bench. Sam says, this is so cool that you have this place to yourself. When I was there was so packed with people. I missed, does this have a mission fee? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's where all begins. The heart demands as love comes in. Every way you try to break free, poison flows to eternity, says Ronan. Oh, Ronan, who are you quoting? That cat needs food badly. Yeah, he really does. So beautiful. Indeed it is. What's your favorite part of the house? Seeing Frida's room. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show this. Let's see if they might not allow me to take video. To see Frida's dresses. Yeah. Take a peek over here. Oh, I think I can see more of the garden here. Nice. Okay. I can't see the dresses, but I can see more of the garden. Yeah, they don't allow video inside the house or the exhibition. Dragon? No, this is a museum. What are the butterflies for? I can't film inside, no. But I'm taking a lot of photos, so stay tuned. I'll be taking a lot of photos and I'll be sharing it. Here's Diego with Fulang. I already went inside, and took photos. But I haven't seen the dresses yet, so I'm gonna go see the dresses after I finish this live stream and take more photos. They collected a lot of Aztec, Olmec, pre-Spanish colonization art. Do you go on the tour? It's self-guided. I'm sure this is a lot prettier in person. You're not finding it pretty on the video? Oh no, this cat. He needs some food. I hope he's okay. He seems a bit scraggly too. I wonder why he's not being fed, or why is he not eating. Here are the stones that used to appear in Aztec temples. Tris has given food. I wish I could. I don't have any food on me at the moment, and I can't re-enter the museum to give him food. Have you seen a lot of stray animals? No, barely. I've not seen stray animals here in Mexico City. Of course, I've seen feral animals like pigeons and squirrels, but I have not seen strays. No cats, no dogs running around on their own. This is a cool pyramid. Have you spotted Ernesto again? We did during the architecture tour. I didn't say it aloud, but I did point at him. So maybe some of you caught that. Did Frida make the pyramid? Oh, I'm not sure if she made the pyramid. I don't think so. We're good friends with a lot of architects, though. Yeah, they were good friends with a lot of architects. So who knows? I'm not entirely sure. If anyone could let us know, let me know. It's so cool. I love this garden. I can be here all day. It's really awesome. Wow. It's really, really awesome. Here's another photo of Diego. It says, Señora Frida Kahlo, aláis las más preciosa, chiquita que más que mi vida. Miss Frida Kahlo, aláis the loveliest of them all, the little girl who means more than life itself to me. All right, it's about to rain. Oh, I can't zoom in on the sky. There we go. Dark clouds overhead. We got 200 people with 100 likes. That's awesome. Welcome, everyone. I can picture Frida and him walking around here. Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. There's one more photo here. Let me feature it. Here they are, another one. Often have more sympathy for carpenters, cobblers, etc. than for that whole stupid, supposedly civilized herd of windbags known as cultivated people, says Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is not a fan. I find this a bit, it hurts me a little bit. Frida was not a fan of New York. She has a sketch of the Statue of Liberty, which I'll be posting later today. which is really cool. But apparently, she did not like New York City people. She thought Americans were full of themselves, which yeah, some Americans are, but not all of them. Come on, not all New Yorkers are like that. But maybe in the circles she was hanging out with, it seemed like they were very kind of vultures, wanting to catch a painting for a good price and say they hung out with a Diego Rivera or Frida, and just to show off. So she did not like. Mirna says it right. Mina, thank you so much. Mirna says the pompous American elite. She did not like that. Yeah, she has a quote about so-called gringo in Gringolandia. So Gringolandia means the land of the gringos. She has a good quote about it. Let me know if you can find it. Let me turn the camera. So Frida was ignorant? No, I would not say that. I would just say that she judged New York by the elite. I don't think she spent time with other New Yorkers. If she would have spent time with like Allen Ginsberg, I think she would have had a much better time. I wish Frida would have spent time with the beatniks. I think she came a little bit earlier before beatniks though. Who was alive in the 30s in New York that was very popular? Let me know. So here's oh, okay, I already showed this before. I'm just going in circles now. I don't want to leave. This is so beautiful. All right, I'm gonna see if I can. All right, I'm gonna sneak in here. All right. Good service? Okay. All right, good. All right, everyone. Crossing fingers that the service holds. That's why I couldn't start over here. Rona says you were streaming at that time. Of course I was. I was hanging out with a teenage Allen Ginsberg. All right, so this is the coolest thing. This is the fountain. And right there, we see the deathbed. And here is them, right here. Only 30s New Yorker I can think of is Berenice Abbott. Ooh, I don't know too much about her. Okay, so Mags. Ooh, can I highlight this comment? No, I can't. The most important thing for everyone in Gringolandia is to have ambition and become a somebody. And frankly, I don't have the least ambition to become anybody. I love that quote. Thank you so much, Mags. What did Frida die from? A host of different complications. So Frida was born, she had a scoliosis, and then she also got polio when she was very young, and her leg got shorter and much skinnier than the other one. And then she got hit by a bus while boarding on another bus. A bus crashed, and one of the railings impaled her, and it came out of her uterus, which is very graphic. And then beyond that, her legs started going numb and started getting gangrene towards late life. So host of different complications. Her spine was always, she had to put so many different surgeries, and she has a quote, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something along the lines of, they keep putting me, keep piecing me together, but they can't. Something along those lines. So here it says, and this is Diego, you must know, my child, that the battery of my love is charged with more than enough energy. To me, it still seems just like 5 minutes ago that I found you and started loving you. So here's the famous fountain. Awful what she went through. Yeah, I mean, awful, yes, terrible. But also, I commend her for, I don't know, just being a badass, being such a great artist despite every single adversity. It's truly inspiring. Here's a photo of Diego right over here. with the Mexican hairless dog, which he was very fond of. He was fond of Mexican hairless dogs. And let me see. Let me show this over here. So the Frida used to hang out here. I'll show you here from afar. There's probably loose service over here. This was sculptures made by contemporary artists, Frida and Diego's contemporary. And there's a poem about Noguchi, Isamu Noguchi, by Patti Smith. So she did hang out with the New Yorker. Well, he wasn't a New Yorker. He was more from California. But why is there a poem about Isamu Noguchi? If you don't know who he is, he has an amazing museum in Astoria, Queens. And he pissed off Robert Moses by proposing a new type of playground that was like very abstract and kind of looked like an alien landscape. And Robert Moses was so pissed off that he threw the table, threw the model, and said, "Get out of my office." But what does Isamu have to do with Mexico City and with Frida? Well, as I mentioned, Diego was quite a womanizer, a lover. You can call him whatever you want. He was with a lot of people. Frida as well. Especially later in their relationship, Frida was with a few men, including Leon Trotsky, who was the second-hand man of Lenin, the successor of Lenin, but he got ousted and got killed by Joseph Stalin here nearby, La Casa Azul. And then the second person, and she had a few others, men and women, but the other one was Isamu Noguchi. And apparently, Isamu Noguchi fell in love with Frida, and that was a boundary for her. She was in love with Diego. She did not want to fall in love with anyone else. Well, Isamu, apparently, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but this is what I've heard from Frida's account. He fell in love with her, and Diego got pissed. And Diego at that time was carrying around a gun because there was an attempt on Frida's life. Someone tried to shoot her before. So he started carrying a gun at all times. Diego usually had guns, but this time he was very adamant carrying it all the time. So he came to the house, saw Isamu, and started taking out his gun, and Isamu had to jump out and run away. So Isamu Noguchi almost got shot by Diego Rivera. Hey, Trish, thank you for all the beauty. Grateful for you, Ariel. My pleasure, Trish. Didn't Diego show interest in communism? Yep, Diego sponsored Leon Trotsky, who was an exiled communist leader, the man who basically formed the USSR, the man who led to the death of more than 7 million people during the bloody communist revolution. People often forget that fact, that he was associated with 7 million deaths plus. Some people say it's up to 30 million. He got sponsored by by Diego to come into Mexico. He kept being kicked out of every single country. All right, so I'm gonna go one more time here to the middle of the garden. And so Leon Trotsky came over here. There was an attempt on his life, I think, here in the Casa Azul. He stayed for a few days. But Leon Trotsky started having an affair with Frida. The thing is, it was an affair on both ways because while Frida and Diego had an understanding that they can be with other people, and again, you can think of it as you want to think of it, but that was the fact. They had an understanding. And the thing is, Leon Trotsky was married, and he did not have that understanding with his wife. And his wife found out. And he decided to move away from La Casa Azul. She was probably convinced by his wife to move away from Casa Azul, and they moved a few blocks away. And in that house, he got murdered by Joseph Stalin's men. La Casa Frida es considerado el patrimonio cultural de la ciudad. No sé si está considerado como oficialmente un patrimonio de la cultura de la ciudad, no sé, pero generalmente los mexicanos tienen mucho orgullo con Frida Kahlo y la Casa Azul. So there is a lot of, I'm not sure if it's official site of Mexican cultural history, at least officiated by the government, I'm not sure, but I know this is in high regard for the Mexican people. You have been doing your research, it shows, Joe. I'm glad. All right, it's raining. Yeah, it's raining. Well, it's gonna rain soon. Very talented artists with very complicated personal lives. Yes, lots of death, destruction, murder, communist revolutions. Poor Isamu Noguchi running away for his dear life. And Isamu Noguchi ended up leading a very interesting life as well. He ended up, unfortunately, voluntarily getting into a camp, an internment camp during World War II, which was very sad. So crazy things with all those people. I think this is a good time to head over to the movie theater. There's the Cineteca Nacional, so I might be doing a live video there. Stay tuned. Who knows if I can do it if it doesn't rain too hard. I hope you enjoyed, everyone. I have indeed been researching Frida's history. Again, I don't use any notes and I don't have a script or anything, just so I can show you more kind of a spontaneous view. I don't want to be so kind of scripted about things. I want to make this feel like you're hanging out with a friend. I also want to make it feel like you're with a tour guide specifically. So I hope you enjoyed it, and do your own research. And before you repeat any of these stories, make sure you clarify them using first-hand sources. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome. And also Super Urbanist, stay tuned for a bonus 360 video of this place so you can see in full 360 glory. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.